I'm Jacqueline Pigdon from Jina Life and welcome to Wednesday's Wisdom. In this video, I'm going to give you some tips on communication skills. I'm going to give you an example of one of our clients. Now, she's a teacher and she was assigned a sports team to look after for after-school sport, and one of her colleagues, another teacher, was given another sporting squad to look after. Now, she felt that this sporting team, there were two teams, so we have Team A and Team B. Now, our client got Team A, which was the rowing team. And because she's a rower herself, she was really happy. And the other client got the netball team. Okay? The other colleague got the netball team. So our client was really happy with the rowing team, but what she wanted to communicate with her boss was that she was actually a bit put out. It wasn't fair. Now, why wasn't it fair for her? Because she had 20 children in that squad, and her colleague over here only had 7, just enough for her netball team. And so she felt this was going to be a huge job to look after all of these 20 kids when her colleague only had to look after 7. And so she was going to communicate to her boss that this wasn't fair, and what can we do about it, even though she wanted this, it just wasn't fair. And so going to your boss in this type of attitude isn't really the winning way. What I told her was that instead of going and complaining about how many students you had to look after with after-school sport, you can actually say, look, I've looked at the 2 squads of teams, and it's great that you've allocated me the rowing team because I love rowing and I've got some skills in that, and I can't wait to go and coach those kids in the squad. However, I have noticed that there's 20 children in the squad. And from my experience, what I believe, I don't think one resource is enough to coach these children and give them enough attention to help them progress in that squad and for this term. So is there a possibility to have 2 resources on this rowing squad? You see how she doesn't have to then whinge and complain that somebody else, she's comparing herself to the 7. Now this just might be more challenging than the 20. You just never know which children she might get or what skills she's trying to teach over there. But here, she's just focusing on herself and being an observer and saying, well, in my opinion, in my experience, 20 in a rowing boat is just too many for me to really utilize and spend helping those kids learn how to row. Is there a possibility of having a second resource? So our client went and approached her boss, and her boss then agreed and said, well, actually, yes, I was wondering, that's quite a big squad. I'm glad that you shared that with me because I will get one of the other teachers then to join in with you and to support the rowing squad. And there she was. She can now focus on half of the squad, and she doesn't have to go and compare and whinge and maybe complain or have negative views about the netball coach and the netball team, which she didn't really want anyway. So this is a great communication aspect where you can get what you want, but in a more professional, non-whinging, non-blaming way, but using your intelligence instead. So I hope you've enjoyed Wednesday's Wisdom as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. I'm Jacqueline Pigdon from Jina Life. Until I see you next time, I hope you have a fantastic day.